Time to get the action underway here in Basingstoke. Latest 3 world title fights, including Nassim in Atlantic City. First up, Geoff McCreesh looking to retain his British welterweight title. Not bad for a man who lost 5 fights early in his career. Challenger tonight, Hale. He's been on the outside looking in recently. This his big chance to get back in the money. Jim Watt and Reg Guttridge at ringside for us. And our master of ceremonies is Mike Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome viewers live and exclusive on Sky Box Office to Basingstoke Ice Rink, where Chris Sanigar proudly presents Championship Boxing. The officials this evening are appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control and the IBF. The steward in charge this evening, Mr. Charles Giles of Birmingham. We begin our coverage this evening with a contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the welterweight championship of Great Britain. Between introducing the boxers, and firstly, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing the purple trunks, he weighed in at 10 stone at 6 pounds. He has had 32 professional contests, 29 wins, 18 wins by way of knockout with 3 losses, and comes to the ring the former British and Commonwealth light welterweight champion. Tonight he's a challenger for the title. Please welcome from Bristol, Ross Rooster Hale! And is across the ring in the red corner, fighting from Bracknell in Berkshire, wears blue trunks trimmed with white. He's had 24 professional contests, 19 wins, 8 by way of knockout with 5 losses. He's the current welterweight champion of Great Britain, making the 3rd defence of his title this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Geoff McCreesh! The timekeeper for this contest, Mr. Ray Rice of Southern. The referee, Mr. Mickey Van of Leeds.
Well, all the trimmings are over now. This absolute electric atmosphere here. And on paper, you couldn't draw 2 braver and bolder guys than these 2. Real gutsy fighters fighting for a British Championship. Geoff McCreesh, his 3rd defence. And Hale, former champion, wants to get some honours back. And an up-and-down career. McCreesh, as we've been told, had some tragedies and won the championship in style against Kevin Rushin, who's sitting alongside us. All the makings of a real hard battle, this one. 10 stone, 747 pounder. Might take McCreesh around to finish looking at the pictures, actually, on Hale. Tattooed right across the back as well. Good opening shot there by the southpaw from Bristol.
Hale is the better boxer of the 2 Reg. We're worried, obviously, he's coming up from light welterweight against a full welter. Mental strength, I think, would lie with McCreesh. But really, Hale has to think about getting the punches off first. He doesn't want to be backed up. If McCreesh starts backing him up, that's the beginning of his problems. He started well, good, clean, long-range shots.
It's always obvious, Jim, they'd come out firing in this opening round. There was going to be no sort of searching start. With getting rid of a lot of pent-up hard work training that they've both done. Prides are at stake here as well as titles.
This is going to be a rough battle, we know that already. But in the early rounds, I think Hale can do some damage with the southpaw lead. Once the pace slows and it becomes a bit of a slog, the southpaw stance doesn't come into play so much. But in the early rounds, he wants to be using that. Well, McCreesh getting closer already.
Crowd going crazy for the local man, the Bracknell man, the defending champion. The moment he opened up there, the place was absolute roaring applause. Cheers.
Hale just seemed to go to sleep a little bit there, Reg. It's as though he was expecting the referee to break. He did nothing, and McCreesh was able to land half a dozen, you know, little jarring punches, but I think he fell asleep there. Well, certainly the strength and the power that seems to be coming from McCreesh. I thought Hale might have been the bigger one-punch hitter, but that hasn't been proved, certainly in the first round.
It's a real guessing game at this stage, though, Jim, who's going to land the first haymaker. They're both good stiff punches.
Well, I don't know that Hale's a doctor. If this is his tactics, Reg, I don't know if they're the right ones. He's getting a little bit too involved here.
Well, we'll tell you what, the crowd have had their money's worth already, really, haven't they? And of course the viewers. It's absolutely amazing that this ice rink, you'd think it would cool down with the atmosphere, but it hasn't done. Let's have a look at this. Decent shot. There, he misses with that one, McCreesh.
Well, I thought Hale's boxing in the first couple of minutes of the round was excellent. Good long range stuff that he got involved in the last minute. I thought he just nicked a round because of his first 2 minutes. But what he did in the last minute was crazy. He's mixing it with this man. That's exactly what McCreesh was. And you can see when they stand toe-to-toe, McCreesh is the stronger of the two. And he really fancies that.
Jim Evans there in the corner. Second round then of this British welterweight championship. No judges. Should it go 12? I would say it's fair odds that it won't. So you could almost sense the desire of both of them, Jim, can't you? It means so much to them. Especially Hale, who's, you know, has had a bit of a rough ride and now wants to make a good comeback. Got over some losses. And McCreesh really riding high. He might have thought perhaps at 28 it was a bit late in life, but it isn't. And Hale, in fact, is 31.
McCreesh looking just a little bit hesitant here in the second round. He doesn't want to be standing at long range. He's just coming into punching range without letting his punches go. And Hale outboxing him. But this is really what Hale wants. He wants it at long range for as many rounds as it can happen. Keeping this man at long range is easier said than done. I do realise that. But McCreesh standing off, Reg, and that's not his strength.
Look at the batteries of punches there coming in by Hale, I must say. But he fights his way through a lot of pain, I'll tell you that, Geoff McCreesh.
He's going to have to make his mind up, Reg. If he's going to come forward, he has to come right forward. He's just coming into punching range and not doing anything.
And surely the cornermen will be onto that when McCreesh gets back there. That's a bright start by Ross Hale.
Another worry I've got about Hale, Reg, he cuts up pretty badly, and this is going to be a rough fight. We can see that already. So I wonder if his fragile tissue is going to stand up to it. See, he falls asleep inside. It's as though he's waiting for the referee to break. And he goes to sleep, he doesn't do any work in there.
What about you, Jim? It's the first in my eardrums almost. This bouncing sound that's coming down on this exciting fight.
I think it's a little bit ominous, Reg, that McCreesh does his best work in the last minute of the 2 rounds that we're seeing. In a 12-round battle, that can be fairly ominous if he's by far the stronger. Again, Hale was good in the early part of the round, but fell away a little bit towards the end.
rough, but it's clean. Referee Ricky Van, nothing to say so far, because I'm a spectator with us, but if it does go the distance, he's the sole arbiter, the only score. That's warming up there, Dean Francis, before we come back to this replay.
So this is, I think McCreesh he's just coming into punching range, not close enough to get any punches off, but close enough to be tagged with the long range shots. So another, I mean, a tough round, both tough rounds, but I've just nicked both of them to Ross Hale.
Pop the gum shield home. Chris Sanagar, promoter, ex-boxer, in the corner with him. McCreesh there with Jim Evans. Done a good job with him, of course. So in case you don't know, the southpaw in purple is Ross Hale, the defending champion from local here at Bracknell, from Basingstoke we're in at the moment. But, so the left hook to Bracknell, I suppose.
I wonder when Hale come back after a layoff to face this man, if it was just going to be a kind of shoot or bust night, you know, just a payday. But that's not the case. You can see the ambition. It's tough, but he's really going with it well.
Got himself in good shape too, Ross Hale. He's one of these outdoor guys, you know, bungee jumping, parachuting, lived in Australia, beachcombing, I suppose. So he gets himself together, but having, as you said, Jim, taken that time out now, you'd never believe it. He doesn't look rusty. Punches are quite well timed, but, well, obviously it's so early in the fight to make judgments in the third round.
We haven't seen the intensity that we expect from McCreesh yet. You know, he's trying to box his way in. I thought it was just a march straight forward and use his strength. He's trying to box his way in, and against a kind of cute, powerful southpaw, I don't know that that's a good idea. Well, long range stuff, Hale is having the better of him.
Well, we expect it to be a great battle, and as early as this, it really is, isn't it?
Again, McCreesh coming on towards the end of the round.
Yeah, this is where he does these sort of wearing down tactics, doesn't he?
That's what makes you worry for Hale in a 12-rounder. I mean, he's facing a full welterweight, a real tough handful as well. So that's just into the last minute now. So we'll see if McCreesh ups the pace.
See, he doesn't mind, you know, grabbing there, does he, Hale?
Hale's had a couple of warnings for holding this round. Mickey Van threatening to take points away. But Hale just losing his way a little bit in this round. The strength of McCreesh for the first time looking as though it might take its toll. It's a real tough round. A tale of two halves, as they say.
Oh, dear. I'm glad to hear the bell to take a breath, and while we're taking that breath, let's have a word with Kevin Lucian, if you can hear me alongside me here, the man who actually lost his championship to Geoff McCreesh. What do you think so far, as they say?
Oh, it's a great fight. I've been very impressed by Ross Hale. He's keeping his boxing together. He's been hitting him with solid right hands all the time. And I think the reason why Geoff is not coming in so much is because he's worried about that right hand, and he's been caught many times by it. And it's a really good performance by Ross. I've been very impressed by him.
Thank you, Kevin. And a long way to go. So covering up our shot there of Ross Hale. They get very excited, those Bristol gym boys in the corner there, they're purple. And there's the total punches there. Well, not that many between them, really, was it? Surprisingly. Fourth round coming up of the schedule 12, the British Welterweight Championship. a quiet word with there. Well, not such a quiet word, but what was he sorting out there, the referee, Jim? I couldn't work that one out.
Yeah, well, at the beginning of the round, he was telling both guys to watch their heads, but during the previous round, he was warning Hale for holding inside. I was saying he seemed to be going to sleep inside, just waiting for the break, not wanting to work. So the referee pulled him up for holding. But McCreesh is going to have to start at the beginning of the round. He's doing nothing for the first minute. You know, virtually giving the first minute of these rounds to Ross Hale, then it's an uphill for the rest of the round. A little bit quicker in this round now. See, I don't feel McCreesh is used his advantages. I agree with what Kevin's saying. You know, the southpaw jab has been banging into his face, maybe making him think twice before he moves. But if you've got advantages, you've got to use them. You've got to draw this fellow into a real fight.
It's going to be a sort of battle of attrition, Jim, I suspect, here.
Yeah, well, particularly when that's what you're
Good
good
shot,
at.
that one.
It's not like it.
He looked really shocked by that, Ross Hale, and hurt, and he is. In the fourth round, he's looking in the corner. Now that will dishearten him a little bit there, because he was going pretty well.
Well, Reg, the worrying thing about that kind of knockdown, he chose to go down. It wasn't a knockdown punch. He just had nowhere to go and he chose to get down. So that's bad news. He's done it again, Reg. That's bad news.
Well,
These are bad knockdowns.
Firing all cylinders, to say the least. Now, he's not too anxious to get up from this, and I can't say I blame him. He will do.
Now, these are bad signs, Reg. None of these punches were knockdown punches.
Look at him there, the referee, didn't he? Gave him plenty of time.
He's been on the floor twice, Reg, not from knockdown punches, so you've got to wonder, is he just getting too much?
Yeah, he's thinking now. I think he's going to stop it. Yes, he is. In the fourth round, he started so brightly, but it just worn down by the sheer aggression, the willpower, the strength of this fella, Geoff McCreesh, a colourful British champion. And the crowd love it. The almost local boy then, obviously, he was dying to fight it in the Basingstoke ice rink. McCreesh got his wish, and he's done the job. So now he wants to go on to bigger and better things, there's no doubt about that, the winner. He's actually lived in Berkshire since he was 16 now. He was born in Stockton-on-Tees. I remember him right back in the boys' clubs. Oh, that was in the 80s. I think he won the National Association of Boys' Clubs.
Well, that was really the first time that McCreesh got to work right from the opening bell and really put Hale under severe pressure. I mean, full credit to Hale. He gave it his best shot, really doing well. On my card, I think I had him in front, Reg. But, I mean, always at the end of the last minute of every round, you could see McCreesh being the stronger, coming through, and you could virtually see what was coming as the fight progressed.
So another replay then. So this is the punch that started it in super slow motion there, Jim.
See, no big knockout punches, Reg, but that was a sickener, but you can see he's looking straight back at him. He doesn't have to go over from that kind of punch. But when he was under pressure, the punches were coming. Virtually, he had nowhere else to go, so he had to seek sanctuary by going down. I mean, these are thumping little punches, but not knockdown punches. Nothing like knockdown punches. But Ross Hale, confused, disorientated, didn't know quite what to do, couldn't cope with it, so he went down. And I don't argue when a fighter goes on the floor. You don't expect it so early in a contest. I mean, if a fighter's in trouble, why take punches? Go down. But when it happens twice in the one round, especially as early as this, then you know you're in serious trouble. And that was the good shot. That was the best shot of all. But even that, I wouldn't say was really a knockdown shot. I think Ross knew he hadn't much to offer, couldn't cope with the strength, and virtually did the honourable thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes, 13 seconds of the fourth round, the referee stops the contest. Ross Hale in no position to continue. The winner and still welterweight champion of Great Britain, Geoff McCreesh.
Well, he's a promoter's dream, really, Geoff McCreesh. I know that it's good friendly finish there. Ross Hale saying, well done, mate. You've had some good battles, and good luck to you. Might be the last fight for Ross Hale if If he's lost interest in the game, you never know. With him, he might come back and knock somebody over and it's all happening for him again. So the Lonsdale belt now, he's so proud of that, and I'm always repeating, it's probably the best single prize in any sport, the Lonsdale belt. All the usual posing going on. He's looking, he's not totally confused. He's saying, well, come on, where are the photographers? They usually want me to pose. There he is, the old himself there. They're great trophies, those, and you have to win it three contests to win it outright.
Well, one thing we knew about him, Reg, he was never going to stop doing what he was doing. When he goes into fight, gives it everything he's got. Excellent next work for McCreesh.
So here's Rob, going to have a word with the new champ of the existing.
Where are you going now then? Straight back down the pub. You told me that beforehand. That confident, were you? Now you started a bit slowly, but finished in real style.
Yeah, we just took our time and just waited to see what they had to offer.
We're surprised by Ross Hale. He's been out of the ring for quite a while. He gave you quite a fight, didn't he?
He did, yeah, for the time it lasted, yeah. He did, but I thought the longer it goes, the weaker he's going to get, because he hasn't fought for a while, and I don't think he had much notice for the fight to tell you the truth, so...
It wasn't really a knockout punch, it was more your power, wasn't it?
Speed and power, yeah.
Oh, nice modest as well. Come on then, what happens now to you?
Well, you know, Frank Warren's promised me a world title shot. When or where, I don't know. You know, I've won a Lonsdale belt. I don't want to keep fighting for this all the time.
Do you find it hard work getting up for fights like this? You really want the world title shot now?
Yeah. No, I want a nice payday to set me secure from the front. I deserve it. I've got a Lonsdale belt. It's about time I had a few quid in the bank. I've still got nothing.
Tell me this, if we go down the pub, will you buy me one?
Definitely, yeah.
Well done, congratulations tonight.
Yeah, just got one thing. Go on then. Wish me in-laws happy anniversary.
Top stuff, congratulations.
McCreesh with Rob McCaffrey there. Isn't it wonderful that McCreesh and family are going from strength to strength after the horrific circumstances that surrounded the loss of his mother a couple of years ago. Anyway, in the ring since then, it's getting better and better for McCreesh. So much still to come. When we come back in Basingstoke, Dean Francis at super middleweight.
Everyone's doing it.
So business as usual for Geoff McCreesh once more. He retains his British welterweight title tonight and in some style against Ross Hale. We've been joined by Gary Jacobs, the former British, Commonwealth and European welterweight champion, who now doubles as an international model. You have stunned us. Before we get to the business, that is a suit for Halloween. Well done.
Well, it's Friday night, it's show night, and you've got to dress up. I was told to dress up, so I had to play the part.
We're feeling very inadequate. How about Geoff McCreesh? Has he got what it takes to fight in the class that you fought?
Well, he's been there once before. He got stopped for the European title. Geoff McCreesh is only interested in one thing, and we all know what that is. And
what is that?
He's never made it. He's always made it clear he's only interested in money. So basically, he'll take the biggest fight he can get for the money. I think when he moves up to the levels of like European and world titles, I think he just falls short to make the grade of that. He's been through a lot in his life, so he deserves the breaks of getting that financial gain. He has won the British title. He's won a Lonsdale belt, which is probably one of the nicest prizes in sport that you can win. And he now deserves a chance at a world title.
I don't know much about this game, Barry, but it looked to me as though it was beginning to be a tough night of boxing.
Yeah, it looked very much like he has a problem with lacking concentration. He does have lapses in concentration, but in the fourth round he had a bit of success. It was this right hand. He was starting to get the grips with the fight again, and he just landed this one right hand, little short. He is heavy-handed, Geoff. There's no doubt about that. He's not a concussive puncher, but he does punch with relative sharpness. And it was a delayed reaction from Ross Hale here, but this is the right hand that actually does the damage here. Little short, powerful, and he is a stunning little puncher. He can really bang hard with the right hand, and we see it here. He just takes a bit of room and whips in the uppercut, but that first right hand was the one that done the damage. And almost immediately he jumps on him again. Good finisher, Geoff. Plenty of time left in the round. Didn't panic and hit him with a couple of little clusters of punches there. The left hook, and finally the right hand. And watch this one. He hits him in the forehead, but I think Ross's punch resistance is beginning to go. It wasn't really a clean punch, but it was the accumulation of short, hurtful, stunning punches that done the damage. And it was. The night was over for Ross Hale, and he really needs to consider whether he should retire or not.
Back to Basingstoke at ringside, Kevin Lucian, as I mentioned. Kevin lost his title to that man McCreesh. He's beginning to look like he fits the bill, isn't he?
He is indeed. He is indeed. And I think, you know, looking back at the fight, Geoff was beginning to get stronger and stronger. And it was disheartening for Ross to keep coming out in the fight and getting hit with so many shots. So I think it was a very good performance by him. I'm very impressed.
Do you see him going up the next level, Kevin?
I do, and I agree with Gary in some respect. I think he'll fall a bit short from the world title level. As a European, it depends who's about at this stage, but I think he's getting stronger and stronger, mentally stronger, and I think he'll do well at European level.
Before I let you go tonight, let me just ask you for an opinion about the top of the bill, Nassim against McCullough.
Nassim in 3 rounds.
Thank you.
Very mentally strong, he's up for it.
Thank you, Kevin.
All the best.